What's going on, guys? Josh here with Trax RC, and in today's video I'm going to be introducing you guys to my new RC car, the ARRMA Kraton 6S EXB. Now, I had no intentions on getting one of these just because I got my Kraton 4S already, which I absolutely love, and I just saw this one on Facebook Marketplace for 375 bucks. I messaged the guy, be like, hey, would you be willing to trade for my Stampede 4x4? It's got all these mods. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we met up, got the trade done, and now I am a owner of a ARRMA Kraton 6S. But if I take the body off, you can see it's not on 6S. It has a Castle Mamba Monster 8S ESC and a Spectrum 1250 kV Firma motor. It's got an 8S system, and I traded a 3S monster truck for it. So I'd say I made out pretty good on this trade, and everything works fine. There is a few things I want to do this thing just to make it a little bit better and a little bit more practical. But let's go over what's on the truck and the condition of everything, some spare parts I got, and what I'm gonna change. So starting off here with the body, the condition, it's not the best, but it'll do. There's some holes right up here, which is normal, I think. There's some holes in both headlights, and I think I am the third owner of this RC because the guy I got it from got it used. This fender's pretty mashed up right there. Got some damage on the bottom side there. Ton of scratches on the roof. There's a hole cut out here for running two 4S batteries, which is understandable, but I may go in and clean up that hole a little bit more because whoever cut that out did a terrible job. There's some cracks right there. There's one right there and one right here, which is normal wear and tear. But I mean, other than that, the body ain't too bad. I might go in and clean it and go in with duct tape and strengthen the back side of it so then it lasts a little bit longer. So that's the body, not too bad there. And then since this is an EXB, this one came as a roller, and as you guys can see, it has a Castle Mamba Monster 8S ESC. They ended up cutting the power switch off because it ripped off or something, and they just soldered it, those two connections together, which I probably would have done anyways. Got a big old pinion gear on there, and then the Spectrum Firma 1250 kV brushless motor, and that thing's big. Steering wise, it's got a, I'm not sure what brand servo, but it has a Hot Racing servo arm. Yeah, I'm not too sure what brand servo. Can't see in there. Yeah, I can't really tell, but when I take this thing apart, I'll update you guys on that. Radio system, the guy ended up just giving me this. It's the STX2. I'm gonna be swapping it out for something else here in the future, but he was running like a DX5C or something. He just had this laying around, and I said I'll take it. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting rid of this, and of course got that awful Spectrum receiver in there that is mandatory to that radio. So I'm gonna put something in there. I don't know if I'm gonna put a Traxxas radio in, just whatever I have laying around. I don't want to end up putting something in here that's gonna cost a lot of money. Maybe I'll put a Dumbo RC system in it, try that out, but that radio has got to go. And that's everything for the electronics. Quick mention is that since it can run 8S, I have two 4S batteries now because I have the Kraton 4S. Unfortunately, those two batteries will not fit in the battery tray. It ends up being taller than this little brace thing for the body. It just wouldn't work out. Plus, I hate these battery straps. I'm gonna get new ones. They just don't feel very strong. They feel weak. So some things I need to run this RC, new battery straps is one, and then I'm gonna need some 3S batteries because there's really no reason to run this on 8S. I think the guy said that it's uncontrollable, so I don't want to break it, you know. And later in the video, I'll go into more of what I want to do with this thing. But yeah, since it's an EXB, it's got all the aluminum option parts on it. It's got these aluminum chassis braces right there in red that say EXB. It's got this plate right up here that's EXB. The shock towers are also EXB parts. The chassis too is an EXB specific option, and the chassis is pretty straight from what I can tell. There's really not a lot of damage on it. Yes, it's gonna have scratches, but what can you do about that? And if you look at it, it's really perfectly straight, I think, so no complaints there. The previous owner, the guy that I got it from, at least, really didn't drive it hard because he was scared about bending the chassis because he knew it was an issue. So I know the guy I got it from treated it pretty well, but I'm not sure about the guy before that. But yeah, the wing has a aluminum wing mount. The guy I got it from put it on because he was tired of breaking the plastic one. It's got a new rear diff. I'm assuming the guy blew it out. Wheels and tires are actually not factory. He gave me the factory ones. These are a Trax, probably Copperhead or something, I'm not too sure. But he gave me the factory ones here, and one of them just has a little tear, I mean very minor. And then for other option parts I got, these are rear lower arms, and then I'm not sure which arm this is. Got a single RPM arm, which I'm not even sure if it's for this RC. Got a motor plate, which this one probably isn't too usable. It's really beat up, and I think someone drilled into it incorrectly. Got diff gears, internal ones, And I just got some miscellaneous screws. And then I think this was, yep, just more screws. What do we get from RC all-wheel drive? These are like a drive cup or something. I'm not sure where those go. And then a whole bearing kit. Yeah, I might put that in. So that's everything I got with the thing. And yeah, I definitely made out pretty good. As you guys can see, that's the fleet up there. We are missing the Stampede 4x4 VXL. A lot of you guys love that thing, but I wanted to sell it a long time ago. I just wanted to get as much content out of it as I could, and I didn't get everything done with it that I wanted to. I did want to race the Stampede 4x4 against the Trash Pete up there. Other than that, that's the last video I wanted to make with it, and then that thing was gonna get the boot to get some new content. Plus, I was just getting tired of it. It always breaks, especially now that I got the Kraton 4S. I just didn't find myself wanting to drive it at all. Comment down below what you guys think of this trade. I mean, I end up giving him all my spare parts for my Stampede 4x4 because I just wasn't going to use them. I don't plan on getting another Stampede 4x4. I don't really know what his mental state was at, but I mean, this thing is going for $500, $600, $700 on Marketplace, depending on the electronics in it, certain mods, and the condition. And honestly, may throw this thing up as is at $500 and see what I can get, because my Stampede 4x4, I mean, I had it listed for $350 at one point and I couldn't get anything for it. But yeah, I've discussed the parts that I got with this thing. I think I only need to talk about my plans for it, and I've already briefly touched on that. But what I want to do to this thing, I want to just rip everything apart and make sure everything is in working order. I want to add an antenna tube. There's little fixes that I want to do so nothing can get caught. I want to reroute some of these wires that's under this drive line. I don't like how they're routed. I just want to make sure everything's to my standards, you know. Just clean up everything really good. Probably throw these bearings in there. And yeah, I want to rebuild the shocks because it doesn't seem right to me. They seem very loose. So I think that's common, but I mean, they feel good though. So yeah, I just want to go through it, make sure it's all good. And then after that, I'm either going to sell it right away or try to trade for a Trax Max V2, which I really want to get my hands on. Or I could keep it for a little bit, probably through winter and a little bit of spring, and compare it to my Kraton 4S up there. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, because even if I sell this right away and get a Trax Max V2, I'm not going to drive it until spring, so I may as well keep this thing around for a little bit and possibly get a little bit more money out of it. So I don't know, but either way, I think that it could be a pretty cool little ripper. And this is my first 6S truck. I mean, I guess you could call it 8S. I don't know. I don't plan on running it on 8S. That just blows my mind that I went from running 3S trucks all these years to a 4S, and then now I got 8S. Like, I don't have enough money for this, guys. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited for this thing. I'm gonna see what it can do. And one thing that I was surprised about, if I get the Kraton 4S down here, is the size difference. The Kraton 4S is just a tiny bit smaller, like just a little smaller. It's really not that noticeable. So yeah, I don't know. I think I like the platform of the Kraton 4S better. I know people are complaining about the chassis. I mean, I snapped mine in half already, but I still like it. I just don't like how things are configured in this. I don't know. I feel like it's very crammed. I don't like how spur and pinion are exposed. I don't understand how that works. I know it probably does, but I don't like how dirt and stuff can get in there. So just gonna have to deal with that, I think. But I mean, other than that, this thing should be pretty rowdy. I drove it a little bit on 6S with the other guys' batteries when I did the test drive, and it was in grass, so I guess I didn't get a huge feel for what it drove like and all that, but it really was not that fast, and I feel like the Kraton 4S might be a little bit faster. I don't know. We're just gonna have fun with this thing, I think, and I'm pretty excited about what this thing has to offer. Yeah, that's about it. I got a 6S truck now, guys. So yeah, guys, definitely keep an eye out for more content on the Kraton 6S EXB. I feel like this is gonna be a cool little project for during the winter to just revamp a little bit and make it my own, and then we can have fun with this thing come springtime. So yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like, share it with others so I can grow my channel. And quick mention, I know as of right now it hasn't happened, but by the time this video goes out, it probably has. Thank you guys for 4,000 subscribers. Seriously, just wow. Thank you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video on Trax RC. Aside from my soul.